Well, this has been a long time coming. This isn't SteelBeast75th. I've been gone for a while. This is honestly not that off-putting to me to say this because I've been playing the game on the side, but in reality, I have really not been enjoying this game recently. The worst part is the April Fool's event. I haven't recorded since May, or sorry, not May, March, and it's... The desync has been so bad in this game that replays have been essentially non-functional, and I don't understand why Gaijin can't resolve something as simple as the desync. The World War I event caused so many issues with the servers that I am truly baffled about the lack of action from Gaijin. Now, the one upside I will say is obviously my channel is focused on mostly finding cheaters, like our friend right here who doesn't use a laser rangefinder and proceeds to shoot our friend here through, like, you know, a bunch of trees and smoke, and eventually you'll see later on what he's doing is not legitimate. I will show his record real quick on a pause. He's carried 25 nukes out for someone who's cheated as much as he has, 3,000 battles, and he's, for someone who's a blatant cheater, obviously using the El Khalid, and he's, you know, a 5-to-1 basically. In general, though, like, it's funny to me because this guy has a pretty expensive or long-running account. I don't know why you would throw away an account like this. Like I said before, could be stolen. Kind of doubt it. Just based on the history of this account, it would appear that this person may be cheating this entire time. I don't know. To me, it's something that I will say is something that is probably improved about this game. Like I said earlier, is that I'm fairly sure BattlEye is actually doing something. Now, I say that kind of mildly because Gaijin still banned, just as of this month, like 4,900 players. They also banned a couple people for, well, I say about a couple, 500-ish people for team killing. And that doesn't surprise me because people need to be essentially punished for team killing or being temporarily team killing. This guy's also being shooting at through guys with a wall and he's not even fully spotted. So the way this generally works is that, so with BattlEye, obviously, BattlEye isn't obviously perfect. We know BattlEye is in a couple of different places, and Gaijin implemented BattlEye with the intent of saying, hey, we're using a different anti-cheat, and we're going to resolve this anti-cheat by using something better. BattlEye, if anyone has played other games before, will know that, see, that's what I'm thinking about the desync there. So, interrupt my thought process there. The desync is so bad that in another replay I looked at him, he was looking dead on, straight at the clickbait before he shot. In this replay, the shot's way behind because the desync is just that bad. Because I look at these replays usually twice before I record. So the way this works with the current BattlEye system is that BattlEye is supposed to be banning players based on, you know, heuristics, which essentially is learning if the player is being a problem and then banning them forward. Now, what's funny to me is I looked at a replay with a friend of mine, and then I decided to go look at the leaderboards for this month. Now, granted, you can look at the leaderboards for the entire month, or for the whole time, or you can look at the leaderboards for just a select amount of time. So last month, you generally tend to get the more prominent cheaters. What's funny to me is the ban wave came out like a few days ago as of me recording this. I think it was like 3 days ago as of me recording this. Some of the people that I looked at that I had saved, that I had kept on my list, that were people that had, like, you know, they have 1 or 2 premiums and they had like 1,500 kills in it over a 2-week span, had actually gotten banned several weeks ago. So my theory is that instead of Gaijin just saving the people that are cheating and banning them all at the end of the month, there's a lot of people that are actually getting banned before the normal time. Yeah, see, someone's calling this guy out for cheating. It's like that. So what you can remember is that the anti-cheat is still not great. We know BattlEye isn't a good anti-cheat. We know it's kind of inconsistent. We know that no anti-cheat's going to be perfect, right? That's just how it is, and that's how it's going to always be. So, but if we're banning players earlier than Gaijin's just normal push everything to the end of the month and ban everything then, that's actually better than them doing nothing until the end of the month. So while I do say that Gaijin still doesn't do enough for the cheating problem, because like I said before, they used to have their own in-house security. Okay, there's a lot of stuff they had done in-house. Look at that stuff, it's so crazy. And that guy's behind a hill. Gaijin used to do a lot of stuff in-house. They used to have their own security in-house. They used to have their own sound-based engine in-house, which was so much better than their current setup. They used to have their own. Their Dagger engine used to be a lot more done in-house. Well, they can't do that anymore. Everything is done third-party. Everything is done contract-based. Their engine is dying. They can't support an April Fool's event for longer than 2 weeks without the desync being absolutely garbage. And even funnier is I was watching a live streamer who decided to do the work-in-progress client today. Well, guess what? The work-in-progress client didn't fix any of the current issues, and it's supposed to have removed the World War 1 event. The desync is still there. And it removes all of your current settings, even though it's supposed to match your current client. Yeah. So Gaijin's own work-in-progress client isn't working to fix the major cheating issue that is still persistent. So I will say that Gaijin is doing a little bit better with BattlEye, and that they're banning people throughout the month instead of just at the very end. But there is so much more work that has to be done to fix the problem at hand. He got killed from Charlie. Okay, he got killed from an unspotted target. This is our unspotted target, which of course Gaijin is not resolving because for whatever reason. That's another thing with the replays recently. Replays have not been showing. So in server replays, which is this is here, which local replays only show you what certain people have spotted or you have spotted. If you do not see that, or if you see it like this, where mine is, it's a server replay, which you access via your little postmaster, and you can see view server replay. This spots everybody, but their replays as of recent, and sort of for a long time, they don't show, their stabilizers don't work, targeting pods for aircraft don't work, and there's just a lot of stuff that just hasn't worked on replays in ages. And I don't think Gaijin will ever resolve replays, because replays are at the moment mainly used for cinematics and doing stuff like this when reviewing people, just to make sure you're not going crazy. But you have to remember that Gaijin really has not... Oh my God. Let's make it more obvious, please. Gaijin really hasn't done a lot when it comes to actually improving their engine in probably a year. They keep band-aiding things, and the band-aids might as well have no adhesive on them, if I'm going to make that analogy, because they put it on a... They're putting like a band-aid on an arterial bleed for this game. And I don't think it's ever going to be resolved unless something majorly catastrophic happens to this game. And unfortunately, that hasn't really happened. What's even more ironic is they just announced the War Thunder Championship Series, which ironically is WTCS. I have had people saying, oh, you should trademark that. Well, you can't trademark an acronym. So letters are not trademarkable, because if they try to trademark it and relate it to War Thunder, they couldn't even take my name in regards to that, because it's not an issue of the same letters being the same thing. The only two things that are the same are War Thunder, and if they were going to trademark that, then they would have to trademark a lot of people's channels for just having War Thunder in the title. So I can't do anything about that, unfortunately, but I wouldn't really anyway, because I don't bear ill will against their championship series. The only thing that's going to make me laugh more about their championship series is the fact that the desync is so bad, this game is never esports ready. Unless something was resolved with the desync, or, like as always you should be doing with any sort of esports game, is improving the tick rate on servers, you're not going to have a championship series game, you're not going to have any sort of competitive esports ready edge to it, and you're never going to be able to realize that your game is not a championship game. I have friends who play squadron battles right now, and they say it's absolutely miserable with the desync. It's absolutely miserable with the current setup in game. And, of course, AVR, who is a very good squadron, is outright dominating the entire player base. And I've also been told that AVR might be breaking up soon, but I don't know if that's true or not. I will say that's a hearsay rumor at the moment. But if AVR breaks up, that would actually be pretty amazing, because that would mean that a lot more people would have, there would be a lot more variety to squadron battles, and because current squadron battles is frankly pretty miserable from a perspective that I've talked with some friends of mine. So I'm going to leave this here. As you can see, this guy's a blatant cheater, and he's still going to lose the match because, of course, he doesn't know where to shoot properly on a tank like this, and Gaijin still thinks turret baskets are modeled entirely up to the vehicle, except for on Russian tanks, whereas on Russian tanks, the turret basket is totally separate from the actual turret ring mechanism. You know, like on every tank in the world, but of course Gaijin doesn't think that at all. So, I'll leave this here. As always, if you have a player in question to me, I'm going to try to start doing more videos nowadays, but unfortunately, videos, at least to me recently, have been hard to do when you're working a ton of hours, and it's just hard enough as is. Oh, look at that. He got a nuke. Crazy. Almost like he totally deserved it. So I'll leave this here. As always, if you have a person in question you want to leave to me, please try to follow the pinned comment below. And as always, I hope you have a good rest of your morning, day, evening, or night, and have a good one.